Hi there, welcome to today's painting tutorial. In this episode, we are going to paint some chilies with acrylic paints. So let's get started. And in the description below, you can find a link to the sketch as well as the colors and the brushes that I'm going to be using. So let's start with a size 0 round brush. And I'm going to take some red paint, then try to add a little bit of black into it so that we can get a dark value. And we're going to start putting in the shadow, this chili on the bottom. Let's start putting that value in. I'm also going to pick up some of this Ultramarine Blue, and that's just going to help us create a dark shadow that has a little bit more interest to it. Okay, I'm going to spray the paint with some water just to make sure everything flows nicely. And then let's pick up some red paint. So I'm going to start transitioning into the red color. Start mixing that in. And we can bring that along the bottom here. Okay, so I want more red. And then I think I'm going to switch brushes. So I'm going to use a size 6 filbert. This is a medium sized brush. And then let's pick up some straight red paint and start putting that in. You can see how it's really nice and vibrant. And it's going to mix a little bit with that darker value as well. And then let's take some of that dark shadow color and then put it on the left side. And then pick up some straight red. Start blending that in. Okay, so now I want to get lighter and brighter, so let's pick up some orange and allow that to mix with the red that's already on there. Okay, and then we want to get lighter, so let's pick up some white paint. Start transitioning in towards the center with a nice light value. Okay, and then while everything is still a little bit wet, let's add a highlight. So I want to add that highlight with a pink color. So pick up some red and then add some white onto the brush. And then let's start putting that in as a light highlight. So we'll come over to this side, then just feather it down. I'm going to pick up some white and add a really bright highlight over on this left side, and then a little bit over here. Okay, so now let's do that same thing on the other side. So I'll pick up my smaller round brush and start putting in some dark values. So I have that red mixed with the ultramarine blue. And the shadow is mostly on this right side, so you can apply that. And you can come all the way down. Then there's also a shadow on the left side. Here. Okay, I'm continuing to mix the colors as I go. Okay, now let's start transitioning a little bit lighter. So you want to add more red. Okay, and then I think I'm going to switch brushes. So I'm going to switch back to that size 6 filbert. And then let's pick up some straight red paint and then start applying that towards the center, around the bottom. Okay, I'm going to allow some of this darker color to go on the left side. And then let's pick up some lighter value. Okay, let's rinse off the brush. And then let's pick up some orange. And you can let some of that red paint sort of mix into the orange as well. And let's start transitioning towards a lighter, warmer color. Start adding that in. Okay, and then I want to get lighter. So let's pick up some of the white and the pink to fill in that center. We want it to be lighter in the center, so pick up a little bit more white. Feather that in. Okay, and while things are still a little bit wet, let's add a highlight. So we can take some of the red paint and mix some of the white in there to create a nice pink color. I'm going to put some up at the top here and then over on the left side, then down the center. Let's actually pick up some straight white and see if that'll show up a little bit better. Okay, so now let's work on the stems. And for that, let's use the 0 round brush. Okay, so we want a really dark color. And to do that, pick up some black and then mix it with this darker evergreen color that we have on the palette. And then start placing that in around the edges of the stem. Kind of going around the outside edge. And then I'm going to rinse off the brush and pick up some of this light green. And let's start applying that. And I'm letting the colors mix together. And then let's work on this side while we let that dry. So we have this dark green color mixed with the black. And let's start putting that in around the edge. Can put it along the bottom. And over here. Okay, I'm going to take the lighter green or the darker green and mix it with the lighter green to get kind of a transitional color, sort of a mid-tone shade in between light and dark. Then let's put that in along that shadow. Okay, and then I'm going to wipe the brush off and then pick up that light green. And let's start putting that in, fill in the white of the paper. And then I'm going to pick up some white and see if I can put that in as a bit of a highlight. Let's do that on the left side as well. Just a little bit of a highlight that mixed together. Okay, so I think that looks good. And I want to kind of play with the color a little bit. So let's pick up some of this white paint. And I'm going to make a highlight color with the Ultramarine Blue. And that's going to give us almost a purple pastel color. And let's try to use that as a highlight. So I'm going to let's put it over here. Just kind of playing with color and highlights here, just to give it a little bit of interest and make it more dynamic. Okay, so try not to overdo it. You also want to keep it a little bit on the subtle side. And now let's do that with orange. So I'm going to take a straight orange and mix that with white. And if your brush gets some dark paint on it and it's kind of messy, just pick up a clean brush. So I'm going to do that here. I'm going to take the white, a little bit of orange, see if we can get a nice highlight color. And then let's put that in near the center. I'm going to do it over on this side. You can see how that's giving a little bit more vibrancy to the piece, and it's just fun to play with color in that way. Okay, so I think that looks nice, and then I want to do a final kind of touch of color with some of this teal paint. So let's take the teal and let's try to put that into the stem. So think about the value of this color when you're adding rainbow colors to your piece. You want to be consistent with the value. Is it a light highlight? Is it a dark shadow? Is it a mid-tone? And that can help you decide where to place it. Okay, I think that looks good. Okay, so I think we will call this painting complete. Thank you so much for painting along with me. Like and subscribe for more tutorials. Check out your free painting guide in the description below, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.